Hey y'all, I thought it was time to give you all a review of my opinions and thoughts on the LG GPad. Now, when I first got it last week, and if you remember, I traded in a bunch of electronics, so I was able to get this tablet for just $48. At first, even though it was so cheap, I was kind of disappointed because the battery life when I first took it out of the box and loaded some apps on it was horrendous. I mean, it was draining so quickly, it almost reminded me of the Nexus 4. But as I've been using it this past week, it's improved dramatically. I would say that the battery life is now on par with my LG G2, maybe by 90%, which is pretty awesome. Another thing is, at first, the Q pair, it gave me a weird message, like when I would try to pair it with my LG G2, it was a little tricky because I'm going to show y'all what it says. Okay, it's connected right now, but even though it's connected, it says the phone does not support internet via phone. So I'm not really sure what that means because if you look here, when I go into Q pair, it's connected, and if I were to receive a call right now on my LG G2, I don't have my other phone handy so I can't show y'all, but it rings on my phone, and also it comes up over here and it gives me the option to reject the message or to just decline the call. But if I were to receive a message on my G2, it comes over here and I can just start typing regular messages back and forth. So it's a pretty cool app, and I don't know why people complain. At first you have to do an update and it's a little tricky, but it's a pretty great app. Also, like I said, I don't use the double tap feature, even though I find it works really good on the GPad. But you do have to tap in the middle or the notification bar. But I've disabled that, and the reason why is because, look at how nice, very fluid. People that say it stutters and all those things, it's just not true. I mean, on a rare occasion, it might not bring something up super quick, but really no complaints. And while we're in the app drawer, you can hide all the apps. I mean, that's really great. You don't have to look at them if you don't want to. I don't think you can just remove them, but you can hide them all. And you also have the ability, like I was starting to show you, you can do different wallpaper in your apps drawer. And so that's pretty decent. And again, I'm using awesome on off, and the reason why is because when I double tap, I like my pictures to change. And if I were to be using the knock on, knock off, that would shut everything off. So I had to disable that. But I'm using this app called Awesome On Off, and it's really a good app. What it does is you have the service right here, because if you're traveling with the GPad, you don't want it to keep turning on and off. But if you're sitting down for a quick session with it, and I don't know about you, but me, I always pick my tablet up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. So every time I shut it off and put it down, it stays off. Then I tilt it and it comes right back on. So I find that really convenient. Don't have to use any buttons. Another thing that was nice, when I looked in the gallery, I like that you can zoom your thumbnails by a lot. So here's the albums. The albums let you go to, here, let's start at the beginning. All right, we'll punch out. At the beginning, y'all can have 2 albums, or 3, or 4. Then if you go into the pictures, let's see what we got here. If you go into the pictures, you can zoom, 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 zoom. So that's pretty nice. I don't know what that means. Virtual car. Anybody? I have no idea what I meant when I wrote that. Also, you can do the custom thumbnails. Now, you know me, I don't like a lot of icons, so I've camouflaged these to fit in with the wallpaper. If you just hold any icon, it gets a little paintbrush, and then you can design a custom app. You can use a photo, an image. You can make it be big, small, a lot of customization there. Okay. Even here, this is my circle launcher. And because of LG's keyboard, what you have the ability to do is any character on the LG keyboard, which there are tons of them. I mean, you can just imagine any one of these, you can make be a label. So I like that. That's throughout their whole system. Even on my lock screen, let's see if I can get there. Even on my lock screen, I've got little hearts in my owner information. So I love that about LG. Okay. I love that there's no proprietary connector. It's just a regular USB micro. The GPad is so light and evenly weighted. I love that. And it's really a beautiful tablet. And the glass is really high quality because I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to shut it off. And I've been using it all day. I've not cleaned it once. And I don't know if you could see, but you barely see any fingerprints. It's a really nice quality screen. Okay. Moving right along, I'll play some music. It's not even. It drives me crazy. There we go. We'll go to the music. It's pretty loud. That's not even the loudest it gets. Ah. Okay, I'm going to go show you a couple other songs. Like I've got my Rhapsody on here. And it moves through my music pretty quick. Let's see if we can find my music. You get the point with the music. Really works well. And you know, wait a second. How do I shut my Rhapsody? Back out. That ought to do it. Okay. So I have another app. Sorry, I derailed for a second. It's called MightyText. And that's really cool because that app lets you either text from your main Gmail account that's on your phone. First, you have to enable it on your phone. Then you can go over to your computer. I don't want to change the camera because I think I got the focus perfect. So take my word for it. You go over to your computer. Any message you get on your phone, you can text back from your computer. But you also can do it from your tablet. So if you go to MightyText, once you enable it, all your contacts appear over there. And you can go ahead and text any message over here. So that was a real find, that app. Also, if you notice the notification tray, it shouldn't give too many people that much to complain about because it's not busy at all and you've got all that room. I'm going down a list over here on my screen. Do you know I already rooted this? I wasn't even going to root it. I didn't really feel the need to, but I was reading up on my GPad and somebody was saying that they rooted it in 2 seconds. They went to this site called Kingo and I went there and it had the drivers and the next thing I know it just said plug in, open the app and boom, you're rooted. And I am because I went and I've turned it off a couple of times so I must have complete root because you say verify root access and it stayed rooted even though I started it a couple of times. What I really find nice about the GPad is at first I was like noticing that it wasn't as fast and fluid as my phone, but honestly I don't know if it got quicker or I just don't notice it, but I never see any forced closes, never loading like on Samsung. I never see stutters. It really performs great. Also, like on your GPad, you can do on your home screen, you can do multi-photo. So if you hit wallpaper, it gives you the option. You can put one different picture on every screen. That's nice, but to me, it's not as nice as the multi-picture live wallpaper because that lets you change the pictures as you're tapping them. The QRemote, I was a little disappointed because it doesn't allow for off brands, and in my office, I have a Insignia, and it wasn't able to find that brand. So really, you have to stick with the main brands on the remote. But that doesn't really bother me because I have the good remote on my G2, and who really wants to pick up a tablet to change channels? I don't. Also, you have the ability to do, I want to say it's in users. I think that's an Android thing, not so much a tablet thing, but you can add users. And also on the front, I like that this little button here, the apps tray, it can be moved anywhere, whereas with Samsung, you're stuck there. And by the way, when it comes to Samsung, and so many people complain that LG rips off Samsung, it turns out from all the reading that I did is they don't rip them off. They actually both sublet out their software designs, and other companies like Pantech design the software and then they purchase it from them. And the reason why I think Samsung's comes out first and it looks like LG's stealing them is because Samsung just rushes them out, throws them in their UI, and they're done. They don't all work that great. But if you use LG, the same features will work so much better on their UI. I think because they streamline their UI to work better and they optimize the apps, and I think they just perform better. Also, if you look on here, you get a clip tray, which is super cool because sometimes you'll save something and you'll want to use it, and in most you can only, okay, what's going on? There we go. So we're going to go ahead and hold that down, and you're going to get a clip tray, and that's going to have anything that you saved, so you can go backwards, which is pretty helpful. Oops. Okay. Where's my... Whoa, went too far. Another really great app that I have found is when I'm lying down, it's very uncomfortable. I love the tablet and it's easy to hold in one hand, but I don't care. The lightest tablet in the world, even my phone, will get a little heavy after an hour's use or whatever. So then you kind of rest it on your neck area or your chest area. And what happens then is your chin has to move down really far so that you can get to these bottom buttons down here. Well, this app, and let's see what it's called because I don't remember, Virtual Button Bar, is really cool. I got the paid version, but it was only $1.69. It's really nice because you can have your back button, which is right here. I've got it pretty translucent, so you can't really see it. Let's move it up a little bit so we could see it. Okay, so there's my back button. There's my home key, my camera, and volume. So what you can do with that app is you can move it all over the screen. And then when you're laying down and reclining, you don't have to reach all the way down there for your back button. And as you know, for home, I have my virtual home button, but that also is a home button. I've got my recent app button, and I like that because it gives them to me quicker than holding down the home key, and it shows me more at a time. So I like that. Okay, then there's Capture Plus, and that's the ability to be on the internet, and you can take these really long captures, like of the entire page. You don't have to just do the screen, you can do the whole page. And then you can go to Smart World, which is over here. You got to download it. But then you can download so many different things. But like here, you can download all these different themes. Like let's try, I saw one. I've not downloaded any, but let's try Crayon Cat and see what that does. So we'll go ahead and... Well, I don't want to download it. It's kind of goofy. But you get the point. There are hundreds. I mean, get out. There are so many. These are all just, well, those are paid. But if you go down, go back. Oh, goodness. Well, take my word for it. I was looking before and I found like 50 themes. So I do have one installed on here. Let me show y'all. It's called She theme. And I downloaded that one off the internet. And you just hit apply. And then you have all different icons and all different things. But I don't really want she. So I'm just going to go with the basic. And then once I go with the basic, I'm back to that ugly ass wallpaper. But I just go, whoops. I just go to my multi-photo live wallpaper, which I don't see where it went. So I'll have to get it back. And widgets. Goodness gracious. This is the only thing I think they could fix. I do not like having to scroll forever, but maybe there's something I'm missing. So then I just go there and I'll hit it. I'll say apply, and then I have all my stuff back. So it's pretty easy transition from trying different text themes. You don't have to worry that you're going to lose everything. Just one click and you're done. Another thing is you can change your fonts. Like if you look at mine right now, I've got, I think it's in display. Yeah, so I've got pure white and I have it on small and you can see how crystal clear it is. But your font, if you're blind, can be really huge. So that's really big, but let's go back to small. They even have minimum. See, like that was a stutter, but no great shakes. So that's about all the things right now that I can think of to share with y'all. But needless to say, I'm very, oh, by the way, before I forget, wireless storage is on here. And what that means, if y'all remember, even though this does have an SD card, so that's pretty great because a lot of like, oh, that's another thing. What I would compare this to, everybody is saying how great the Nexus 7 is, the new one, but this blows that out of the water in so many different respects, but especially storage. Okay, so we're going to go to storage right quick, and I'm going to show y'all how much storage I have. Now, I have downloaded everything I'm probably going to download for a long time to come. It started with 11 gigs. I still have 9.5 gigs. Plus, I have a 32 gigabyte SD card, and I still have 20 gigs available there. I'm not a gamer, so that's more than enough for me. But really, can't say enough good things about this tablet. If I were y'all, I would definitely check it out before getting anything else. It easily competes with anything that's out there. And even if you find that it's a little bit more money, and I'm not sure if it is right now, I'm not sure of all the prices of the competing tablets, but it's definitely worth it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks for watching, y'all. Take care. Bye.